Hi, this is ronMctube. Today on the Hunter Classic, we're taking part in a brand new event. It's April Fool's event. It's that time of year, and the devs have gave us something interesting to hunt. We're hunting for turkeys. So I'm on White Hart Island. Basically, they've made 4 different types of turkey you can hunt. I'm going to have a look at them and see what they like. This is normally a really fun event, so lots of people will be taking part in the community. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over locations for turkey on White Hart Island. I'm going to show you where my tents are, where you can find them, how to get there if you haven't got tents. If you're a new player, try the Hunter Classic. If you watch a video and you're like, oh, this looks a good game, it's free to play on Steam, so give it a go. Lots of fun, man. It's probably the best hunting game there is, period, that I've ever played. So give it a try. Like I say, it's free to play on Steam. So off we go, off to turkey hunt. So I've got my turkey box caller, you need that, and I'll be using a bow, and I've also got a shotgun. Now you can use whatever you want, which is ethical, and we're just going to go into this tower. We'll go over locations now. I start at 11 AM for all my hunts, I always have done, because the visibility is very good at this time. Right, this is White Hart Island, we're on the main island. Let me just get the old drawer out. So basically this is where we're at the moment, this tent. You can see at the bottom my coordinates, and this is where we're going to go. A lot of the middle area is very good for turkey hunting, right? Turkey hunting in Classic, there's nothing to touch it. There is no game to touch it. The turkey hunting is sublime, and you can spend many hours just lost in it, just enjoying yourself. It's so much fun. So it's nice to see they've done an April Fool's event with turkeys in mind. Now there's 4 different variations. I don't know exactly what they are, so we're going to discover that as we hunt. Now if you're a free player, you haven't got the tents or anything like that, you can just walk down this road, come to the middle, and you'll find lots of turkeys. You'll actually find turkeys as you walk down that road where I've just drawn, but the middle area is stuffed full of turkeys. Now if you are new, towers are always good places for animals, especially in the middle area of White Hart. As you can see, I've got a shotgun on, and I've also got a snake bite bow. Compound bows are very good for turkey hunting. The reason a lot of people carry one as a secondary weapon is you can take animals out pretty silently, and you don't spook other animals in close vicinity. Basically, if you can nail your shots, get good with the bows, it really does increase the animals you get. So a lot of people carry bows. Turkey hunting as well, sometimes you'll get 5, 6, you might get 2 groups coming in. So if you can just take out the turkeys quite silently, you will get a lot more turkeys. And so that's why a lot of people either use snakebite, python, parker. It's really up to you, preference bow wise, but I always use a snakebite. I've used it for many years and it's my favourite bow, so that's why I use that. I've come turkey hunting and we've got a really nice elk there. So I guess it shows you the Hunter Classic, you just never know what's coming next. We have got turkeys though, so we'll give that a call. Now a good tip is to mark on the map with your PDA where an animal is coming from, because sometimes when you're calling you'll get multiple groups coming in. Now the thing is, when you're hunting in the Hunter Classic and multiple groups are coming in, you need to keep track of what's coming from where. Like for example, I've just called turkey, they may come from my right, they may come from behind me, my left, in front, those trees on the left. So it's good to mark a group as soon as it calls and keep an eye on another group, and it's just all about working out what's going to come in first. You learn this as you play more, basically, what's going to come in first. Bigger trophy animals, the higher scorers, will tend to sit back as well. Normally the smaller animals will come in first, or females. Bigger trophy animals will often sit back. So you just got to think about shot selection, which one you're going to take first. Especially like now, I've got turkeys coming in. I've probably got some coming from behind me or from the sides, and I've also got elk coming in. Now you could just call the elk, wait for the turkey. It's really up to you. It depends on what you're after. I'm going to call both, and then once I get them so far, I'll just figure out which one I'm going to take. I'm not going to mess about because that's a nice elk. It's probably going to be 350 to 370, so it's a good sized elk, and we'll take a look at it if we get it close and nothing goes wrong. You never know in the Hunter Classic. The thing about the Hunter Classic as well, is, you'll get one hunt and then the next hunt's different. So it puts a little bit of pressure on you. So you really want to think about what I'm just been on about. Shot selection, good vantage point, working out where the animal's coming from. Like I say, this is why this is still like the best hunting game there is. It's getting on a bit, but it's still the best naturally hunting game there is. So if you haven't played it before and you see the video, give it a try, because it is a lot of fun. So what we're going to do is we're using the elk bugle to call the elk in. With any callers, just give it a call every like 30 seconds. It doesn't matter about if you do it 3 times, 10 times. Just do it a couple of times. The number doesn't really matter how many times you call it or the variation of it. It's just to keep them interested. If you don't do it, what they'll do is they'll come so far and then they'll like ignore you and then walk away. So you just got to keep them interested and keep them coming. It's going to take a few minutes for the elk to come here. I'm going to try and take it with the snakebite bow. I do like to hunt with a bow more than anything. Sometimes I would take, if it's a really monstrous trophy and I'm a bit not sure on it, I might take it with a rifle. But generally, if I can, I'll take everything with a bow. So as you see, we've already got blacktail coming in now, turkeys, roosevelt elk. They all start coming in. And like I say, you never know what's coming next. But yeah, we're turkey hunting actually. Not elk hunting, but that's the thing about Classic. You never know what's coming. You can go out for turkey, get elk or something. You just never know what's around the corner. We are going to get some turkey, don't worry. But you don't turn down a nice big elk. Ask anyone who plays the game. If there's a nice trophy animal, you're not going to turn it down because you're hunting a different species. So I'm going to try and take this with a bow and then we'll carry on with turkeys. But there's supposed to be 4 different turkey variants for this April Fool's event. Now I don't know how long it runs. I've not been given that data yet, but it started today, the 31st of March. So it's an April Fool's event, so I don't know, but I think you'll have plenty of time to do this, so don't worry about it. But it's a lot of fun. The elk's getting closer now. We've got a small bull just down under the tree stand, wood stand I should say, coming in. Now with the bow, when you get good, you can just take them out. You could take that out in one shot. But the risk is, if you risk it, don't take the shot well, it's going to bounce off. It's going to spook all those others. And your big elk is probably gone. Never to be seen again. Unless you track it down for quite a while. You've got to really take your time. Think about what you're going to do. And like I say, it's realistic. I like it. But you can tell that's a nice elk. If you see on the back, we'll have a look when we get him. Hopefully get him. There's 3 tines on the back of its rack. So for example, if that rack didn't have those 3 tines on, he'd probably score about 290, 300. But with the 3 tines, you know it's going to be about 350 to 370. So that's why we use the snakebite bow. Straight down. The small runts have ran away in the females, but we've got a nice elk there. So hopefully we haven't spooked the turkeys. If we have, we can go to another location. That's the key. I've got a nice setup on White Hart. We know where they are. I'm showing you the location so you can go there, check it out, and I hope you get some of these new variants for this April Fool's turkey event. Right, what is he going to score? I'd say he's going to be about 350. What was his estimate? I think it was 325, was it? To 375. So we'll go in the middle. But that's what I'm on about. If you see a big rack with a big score estimate, when it's got those 3 tines on the back, you know it's going to score well. Here we go. Let's see what it scores. 349. So not bad. I'll take that. Nice little bonus elk. So there's our trophy shot. We'll take this. And I think we're going to move to another location. There wasn't loads of turkeys calling. I only heard one. We had some blacktail calling. Another blacktail called just as I got down as well, I think. And we're after turkey for the April Fool's event. So I'm not going to waste time here. We'll move to one of my favourite turkey places. And hopefully we'll get some there. But I'm trying to get a few variants of the 4 variants of the April Fool's turkeys. Just to show you what they look like. And I haven't seen them myself yet either, so it'll be interesting what they do look like. I only seen the one from the event announcement, which is on the image. Right, we'll go to this location, I think, or that one. Both really good for turkey. I think we'll try this one. Now this is one of the best locations on White Hot Island for all species. It is so good. You get so many animals around it, and you've got really good visibility. Now fast forward about 10 minutes because I was waiting for stuff to come in, and coyotes have just started moving in. We've got a big group, 6 to 8 of them. One of them is quite big actually. But I want the turkeys, and on my left I've just seen turkeys coming in, and this is why I like this meadow. There you go. So we're just going to call turkeys in, and hopefully we'll get some of these variants. We've got a few fanning the tails. Hoping we get a nice scoring one. You can get them in males and females, these variants. I don't know if they differ, if the colours differ. We'll probably see when we get one. Right. When you're turkey hunting, what you want to look for, the most noticeable thing for a big turkey is the beard length. When it's really long, and you'll know when you watch them a bit, even if you're new, you want a beard that touches nearly the floor. And when you see that, normally the heavier birds as well, you'll know that it's a high scorer. Not like that one. That's a small male. But we're just going to keep calling every like 30 seconds, give them a few chirps. If you don't know what I mean by a beard, it's sort of like the turkey wears a tie. It goes down the front, it's sort of like a shoelace, and it hangs down the front, and basically the length of that, as long as it is, longer it is. There's a variant there, I have just seen that in the sun. Yeah, the longer it is, the better it'll score normally. But that is one of the variants. That's not a normal turkey variant. So we've got one coming in at least. I don't know what that is either. We will soon see. Now on to scoring. Now a lot of people were wanting to know what to taxidermise for turkeys. New player 60 plus basically. They go up to like just over 70, but 70 is like, don't think that's going to be easy. You'll be lucky if you ever get one at 70 plus. That's really super rare. I've killed thousands, and like I say, it is that rare to get a 70 plus. Trophy turkey, I say 67 plus to 69. Realistically, what you probably will get. 68 plus is very good, and that'll win you a comp or get you like second. So 68 to 69 is sort of like, when you played a bit, that's where you want to be. But if you're new, don't feel pressured that that's what you've got to get. Like I say, a lot of us have played a long time at playing this, and we know all the ins and outs. And even us that struggle to get those really big ones. Right. I've got another one coming in from the left. This is what I was talking about. You've got to be aware of your surroundings. And this is what I was talking about. When you get good locations and the turkeys start rolling in, this is where the bow really does come into being handy, you know what I mean, into its own. Because once you start picking them off, you've got to work out in between shots, can I get that, not spook that one. But once you get that down, you can get numerous turkeys. And they may fly, some of them, but they won't fly too far, and you just have to wait a bit, keep calling, and they will come back, and you can start racking up the turkeys below stands like this. It's a lot of fun, it really is. I'm just wondering where this other one is. There was one very close on the right. So up to here, it looks like we've got two different variants coming in. They're not bad scorers by the look of them. So I'm just going to get the rangefinder. A good little tip is the snakebite bow at 32 meters, it's just point and shoot. You don't have to allow for a bullet drop, it's literally just point and shoot. But this is a bit under, it's not really a hard shot. But I'm already starting to thinking which turkey I'm going to take first, which is like could spook, which one I'm going to take next. So that's one down, one of the variants, the new ones for April Fools. One more to go. I can see up to yet. Got like a orangey brown to it. I'm just seeing there's no monsters in here. That's got quite a long beard, but he's not that big. But that's who we're going to take next. I think he may score bigger than the other because the other's coming in and he's sort of hung back a little bit. Like I said earlier in the video, that's what tends to happen. The bigger animals will tend to sit back a bit. They let the little ones go in. They're like, you go and test the water. I'll wait here a minute. I know what I've been through this before. Right. So when he stops, we're going to nail him. A good point about this meadow is you can actually use ethical rifles on turkeys, and when they fly in a straight line a lot of the time. So say I shoot this and they fly off, if you've got it equipped, you can whip it out and just shoot them out the sky with it. Now that's flew, but it's going to go down. But if I had like an ethical rifle on for turkeys, I could just shoot that one as it flies down the meadow, and because it's long and you've got good visibility, it's really good for doing it. I've had quite a lot of kills doing that. Nice little tip there. So that's 2 of the 4 variants down. I think what we're going to do is we're going to get out the stand. I'll give them a little call just to see if anything's about still, and like I say, that's why I use the bow, because imagine animals like where he is, they're not going to be spooked, they're just going to stay back there, and then they'll be coming back in a minute. So we're just going to look round, make sure there's no other rears or different variants. Go down and have a look at these for the first time. But yep, I'm loving the events. I do love the events, so do the community for the Hunter Classic. They're a big deal. Looking about, making sure there's nothing about. And we've just spooked one. So that's what I'm on about. You've got to really think about what you're doing in the Hunter Classic. But that's the enjoyable thing about it. I was going to put the different rifle on. Try a long shot. But we'll collect these, I think. We may do another video yet. Right. So here we go. No, we'll collect the furthest one. Because while they're coming in, if we collect this one first, then we can go back to the tower. And we should be back to the tower before they come in. How's your hunting been on Hunter Classic? Hunter Colour Wild? Let me know in the comments how your week's been. Have you had any nice trophy animals? Drop it in the comments. If you want to see any guides, videos for any of the content I cover, drop that in the comments. Always doing lots of content, but I like to know what you want to see. So 57.7, quite a decent turkey. And this variant is called Gangster. So, I'll take a trophy shot of him. Have a closer look. I wouldn't mind seeing one of the green ones. I don't know what it's called, but there's just like a emerald sort of green colour variant. But just position myself. Whenever you're doing trophy shots, first of all, get your character, turn him round 360 and look for the sun. There'll be one side where the sun is always better. So just rotate him round. Trophy poses help a lot. This is one of them. I like this one. It's sort of like a butterfly pose. And I think that'll do. It might even be the thumbnail. I'm not sure yet. Might be the elk, might be this turkey. We just had an elk call out as well on my left. I had my biggest elk ever from this tower actually as well with the bow. I think it's like 417, 418. With a snakebite bow, and it took me 10 years to get it. That's how rare they are for rosy elks. 400 plus rosy elks are super rare. Trying to record and all my lads are playing games screaming out. It can be frustrating sometimes. Right, let's have a look at this. So what's this variant? So he scored about the same as the other one, and this is a russet. So, what a fun hunt. We started out with a really nice elk, bonus elk. I wasn't even coming for elk, I was coming for turkey. But that, like I say, that's the beauty of the Hunter Classic. Whatever species you're going for, you have to make sure you're equipped for whatever comes. It's exciting hunting. So let's take a trophy shot of this. And I think that will be the end of the video. I've got to say, every time I come back to the Hunter Classic, I'm never bored. I always enjoy it. I've been playing it, like I say, a few weeks ago, 14 years. And I still enjoy it just as much as my first hunt. And it's always getting updated, content added. So like I say, if you're watching this and thinking that looks fun, give it a go. It's free on Steam. Right, so let's have a look at location again just before we go and end the video. So this is where we started out at this tent. You can see the coordinates down the bottom. We had our elk there. Let's remove that. But this meadow is really good for turkey. Then what we did was we fast travelled over to this tent, and that's where we had 2 different variants of the April Fools turkeys. This is a really good location. Do not underestimate that. It's one of the best locations for a tent for turkey. Trust me, put a tree stand where I've got that tent and you will get a lot of turkey. It's a very good area. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm ronMctube. We've been taking part in the April Fools event. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels and thanks for watching. Bye bye.